I think people put their personal feelings too much into it, and it's not a personal feelings kind of award. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about James Harden being the possible MVP. So here's my opinion on it. I think James Harden is the MVP right now, partly due to the fact that he's obviously playing very well, but also due to the fact that a lot of the MVP candidates are out with injury. I personally thought Embiid was the MVP before he got hurt. He's coming back Saturday, actually. But with him missing so much time, I don't know if he'll get it. So therefore, he was an MVP candidate. LeBron is hurt. Steph Curry, I think, or thought at least, I thought that he would be in the MVP conversation. He's definitely putting up great numbers, but the team isn't performing as well as they need him to be in the MVP conversation. So I think that he could get there if the team gets to fourth, but I think that's unlikely. So I don't think he's in the MVP conversation that much, although like I said, his numbers definitely put him there. And then like I said, all the other MVP candidates, I don't know, like Giannis isn't in the conversation anymore. KD was in the conversation the first month because he was playing amazing and then he got hurt. So now I personally think it's James Harden. So I may get pushed back to this opinion, but that's just how I feel. James Harden, I've heard a lot of talk, obviously, he's playing very well. But a lot of the things that I've been hearing is that he's not an MVP candidate because of what happened in Houston. Now here's my personal opinion. If you want to vote somebody else the MVP, like Jokic, Giannis, Embiid maybe when he comes back, LeBron if he comes back, Steph Curry, if you want to vote somebody else because they're performing well, they're making their team win, they're playing really well, all that kind of stuff, fine, vote them for MVP. But my problem is, why are you voting for someone for MVP just because you don't like what the other person did? Now I understand it kind of does have to do with basketball, obviously, because he forced a trade out of his team because he wanted to go somewhere else. And obviously that is basketball related. But at the same time, I feel like it didn't even have so much to do with the fact that he forced a trade because Anthony Davis did that and he was in the MVP conversation last year. I think it has to do with the fact of the shenanigans he did outside of the trade to make it happen. That doesn't necessarily mean I agree with everything he did. I don't necessarily agree with exactly how he handled it, but maybe that was the only way for him to get out. If there was another way for him to get out and he didn't have to do all that extra stuff that he did, then, like I said, I agree with you, and he shouldn't have exactly acted that certain way. But at the end of the day, that stuff isn't basketball related. The MVP of the league has nothing to do with, personal feelings or that kind of stuff. It has to do with who's playing the best, putting up the good numbers, who's making their team win, who's making their teammates better, who, if they were not on the court, would the team not play well? Would they not be a chance for a championship contender or a playoff contention? So that's the qualifications for an MVP. And obviously, someone who's durable, who's on the court, all those kind of things. But those are all basketball-related qualities. I think people put their personal feelings too much into it, and it's not a personal feelings kind of award. Now, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with everything he did to get out of Houston. I understand that, but the MVP, again, it's a basketball award, not an award based on personal character. So at the end of the day, I think he's performing at an MVP candidate level, and like I said, I think Embiid was the MVP, and maybe when he comes back Saturday, he'll play so well that it'll just have to be him, even though he missed so much time. And again, I still think he was the MVP, but if not, I think Harden's playing like an MVP, and with everybody else who was an MVP candidate out, or just, not in the conversation anymore, why can't it be Harden? So at the end of the day, if you vote somebody else for MVP because of a basketball decision, because you think another player is playing better, putting up better stats, helping their team win, all that kind of stuff, I have no problem with it. I just don't think that people should not be voted for MVP just because of some kind of personal bias. If I see a word, I don't even know if that's a word, but we're going to include it in my video. So there's a lot more time to play out, and we'll see what happens, but that is my opinion on Harden being the possible MVP. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.